don't know what Lexi was thinking wanting to come here, but he must have been on some really good
I would pity you, mortal, for being endowed with such sheer stupidity that you would dare to sully my home with your presence. I would pity you if you did not have one single redeeming quality about you, the fact that you come from a plane of reality which I am most interested in. Therefore, I may allow you to live if you tell me everything you know about the location known as Stan's Place.
Lance,
Sup?
tell Luther, Plan Q blows.
Cool.
I trust that I now have your full attention.
Well, it'd be easier to give you my full attention if I hadn't just soiled myself, but... Not that I'm complaining.
Your chances of survival are rapidly diminishing, mortal. I care little for Earth humor.
Well, there goes my opener.
Tell me, do you know what this is?
A bar?
Oh, it is much more than that.
An overpriced bar?
It is a nexus. It acts as a bridge between numerous realities, connecting them all together. And I have been attempting to find out why. What is it that makes this location so unique? Where does its power supply come from? And so, I ask you, mortal, who is this Stan?
Stan Lee? Co-creator of the Marvel Universe? The comics? The movies? Seriously? I mean, I can understand being a company man, but how could you have never even heard?
Why should I care about insignificant endeavors in entertainment on your pathetic planet? I have no interest in the world of fiction. In fact, the only interest I have is in dominating all of reality. And as it appears your usefulness to me is at an end, I shall now erase you from reality.
You mean...
Fear not, mortal. Your death shall be quick.
You don't know.
What? Another Earth joke?
The biggest one ever! The mother of all jokes! And the best part is, you're the butt of it! Oh, I hate to break it to you, Pally, but I'm afraid the only reality you know is the world of fiction.
Ah, so it's madness. Not an uncommon reaction to one's impending doom. Still...
Oh, I was mad long before you came along, O Lord of Pain and Suffering and... blue shorts, and even I have a better grip on reality than you. Those other realities that Stan's Place links to, they're all comic book universes, just like this one. All the heroes meet up at that bar so they can shoot the breeze about who's getting a movie next. And no wonder you're so interested in Stan. He's the one person there who's not a comic book character. If there's anyone dominating reality, it's him, not you. In fact, what was it you said about comic books before? Ah, yes. They're insignificant endeavors in entertainment on a pathetic planet, of which you are one!
That's not funny.
You may ask yourself, how can he go on? Defeat after defeat, humiliation after humiliation? The answer is not a simple one.
Oh God, not again!
It was down to him and me. I had created him as a means to control all of reality, and he seemed to be telling me that, in the end, we had destroyed all of reality.
Oh, sweet irony!
Stan's Place, the Heroes Bar, a place where superheroes from all over could meet up and relax.
Where everybody knows your name?
Every comic book universe had one. in that every comic book universe had the same one. For Stan's Place had the unique ability to bridge the gap between Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, and so on by existing in all of their realities at once. After some research, I discovered that this seemed to be possible due to a unique form of energy that permeated the entire structure.
Jack Daniels?
It even extended out to a large portion of the area surrounding it, allowing a villain's bar to exist as well.
Oh, so tequila then.
But there was never any doubt that Stan's Place was most definitely the energy's source. This intrigued me, for if this energy was capable of bending the laws of reality in such a way, what else was it capable of?
Beer goggles?
I had to know, but in order to study it, I would need a man on the inside, one whom no one would suspect, but was more than capable of defending himself if discovered. And so, Lance was born, and my plan was put into motion. So what was this Lance guy like?
He was a douche.
Wait, this guy?
Yeah.
He was a douche, and now he's in a bag? Come on, people! The jokes practically write themselves! Lance would discover as much as he could about the nature of Stan's Place, and once I had all the information I needed, I would personally take control of the energy source. But first, I would need a distraction. Something that would get the attention of every hero who ever frequented Stan's Place. A threat so powerful that it could endanger any and all of the comic book universes. A threat called Darkseid. At my command, Lance would teleport himself to Apocalypse in front of the entire bar. He would then send a transmission directly to Stan's Place informing them that he had been acting as a spy for Darkseid all along and to expect an invasion very soon. The heroes would have no choice but to meet Darkseid head-on and in full force. As soon as they were gone, the bar and all of its mysteries would be mine.
Well, obviously it all went off without a hitch.
It would have all worked perfectly if it were not for two factors.
Only two, really?
First, the energy in Stan's Place proved more difficult to harness than I had thought. It would have taken at least decades to even begin to understand it. And second, as it turns out, Darkseid was aware of Stan's Place as well, and was studying it for his own purposes. But in all of my time spent watching him, watching us, not once did I hear him acknowledge comic books, movies, DC, or Marvel. Soon it dawned on me. He thought he was real. He had no concept of his status as a fictional character. Either Darkseid's ego refused to accept it, or he was completely unaware. Was this because Apocalypse was so far removed from Stan's Place? Or was the bar designed to be out of his reach? Regardless, he saw himself as an actual godlike entity. And if I risked bringing the heroes to him under these circumstances, I risked shattering that self-image, the results of which could be catastrophic. And so, Plan A was downgraded to Plan Q, until a solution to these issues could be found. I never would have thought it possible that it would be initiated, but it was. Not by my hand, perhaps, but that hardly matters. It was my android. My plan. My fault.
Okay. I'm okay. So, why didn't you just go back in time and stop yourself from making Plan Q in the first place?
Or give yourself some Rogaine.
Most of the technology at my disposal was damaged beyond repair. Lance's head was vital in developing any sort of time travel device, but the best I could do was a time loop device. It travels exactly 10 years, 2 months, 1 week, and 28 minutes back and forth. No more, no less. It was as far back as I could go, but enough to prevent all of this.
Well, that takes care of one plot hole. Go on.
There are numerous risks involved in being on the same plane of existence as my past self. For one, I would likely be mistaken for the Luther you know, and be thrown into prison for my trouble. Or even worse, what would happen if I came into contact with my past self? Maybe nothing. Or maybe we would create a paradox, causing a chain reaction that destroys the entire universe!
Great Scott!
I know, this is heavy. The safest route seemed to be bringing the heroes here, where they could see firsthand what the future has in store for them. Of course, due to a miscalculation in timing on my part, you were brought here instead.
Continuity! Boom. That better not be what I think it is!
Don't worry, I'll cover you. Both of you grab a hold of Lance and take one of these. All of these hand links are tuned into the same time loop in case you lose Lance. If you fail to change history, you can come back here.
Here?
It may not be pleasant, but it's better than certain death.
Give my regards to the Phantom Zone! Oh yeah, I can't imagine preferring death to this!
Warn the heroes! Find out what Darkseid's plan is, and whatever you do, keep him away from Stan's place!
Us?
But we're crazy! Well, you'd better get sane pretty
Damn fast!